Okay. Oh, I think I need water for this one. All right. So we're back. Oh my god. Sorry guys. I really am so dehydrated. But we're gonna talk about jobs in a second. So let's talk about the job market first, and then I'll talk about my experience. So I'm currently working, but like not. Substitute teachers do not work during the summer. You can try and find work, but for what it's worth, probably not. So that's why I've had more time to make this content, and I'm very happy. But I did not plan as much as I should have. I went on a trip. I should have definitely sat back, saved that money, and planned for the summer, because these 2 months of trying to find a job that is worth working and keeping my peace, even if it's retail, I don't care what, getting a job nowadays is awful. Like, this economy sucks. You think you graduate college, you have all these degrees, you're good now, you're off to the world, you're gonna have your dream job, and that's a load of bullshit. It has not happened. And really, if I could go back in time, I wouldn't have went to New Paltz University. I wouldn't have went to a 4-year school. I really probably would have picked up a trade or did a job to save some money and focus on my life before going to school. Focus on saving for my apartment before going to school. And I kind of want to make that a point in this video. I am an educator. I went to college for 7 years. Community college for 3 years. I did a 4-year school for 4 years, and I double majored. And I feel like it was the biggest waste of my money. Community college, absolutely loved it. It taught me things about life. It taught me things about myself. I've grown as an individual. I figured out how to maneuver. But going to a 4-year university really set me back in time mentally. Like, being around children, I'm going to say that, period. Students at a 4-year university are not great in the head. And I think the pandemic definitely messed a lot of students up. But with that being said, they don't prepare you for the job market at all. You have to prepare yourself. Now, I was doing that. I was working all the time when I was in school, and I was doing stuff in my field. And I started to realize that this is not the field for me. And that field was education K through 12. I love being a substitute. I think being a substitute is honestly the best thing for me when it comes to feeling a part of a community and helping others. It feels more genuine. But being a teacher in 2024, or even the past, like, let's say 5 years or so, is not a great job. Teachers don't get paid well. Teachers put up with a lot. Teachers are blamed for a lot. And being a black educator, being a black teacher, oh my God, don't get me started. You are beyond at the bottom of the food chain. Now, I'm the type of worker where I mind my business. I stay to myself. I don't involve myself. And it's crazy because I'm an extrovert. I talk to people in public. Yeah, I'm on YouTube, right? But when it comes to being in a school system, it's very toxic. You are probably one of 2 black women in the entire building. For the most part, if you don't work in a city that is predominantly black. If you're in the suburbs, if you're in rural areas, you are going to be the only black person. You are going to have hair discrimination. You're going to have people talking about your hair and looking at you at your hair. You're going to have people not understanding your hair, and we're going to get into that in the next video. You're going to have people thinking you're not a teacher. I've had that. Besides me looking young, most people think I'm like 16 or something. But like, I've had that. I've had people tell me like, oh, like, I didn't even know you was the teacher. I thought you was the, I'm like, right. So I've had situations like that, which suck. But granted, I do look young, but it's just like, it's definitely because of how I carry myself too. Like, I would wear something like this. I would wear a dress, I'd have a cardigan, and I would have my flip-flops or whatever on my feet, my boots, it doesn't matter. I don't dress up because you're not paying for me to wear Tommy Hilfiger outfits. You're not paying for me to wear anything from 9 West. You're not paying for me to wear Ralph Lauren. You're not paying for me to wear a scuba dress. So I'm not dressing like I'm going to a White House press conference. I'm not. You're not paying for those clothes. And that's another thing where it comes to education, where I've struggled with money. Like, ever since I started going to a 4-year university, I feel like the poorest person on earth. I feel like I don't fit in. I've always felt like I was never going to get out of that hole, and now I'm having to pay back that debt, and I quite frankly don't want to pay it back. Community college, I don't mind paying that back. But like, for me, the 4-year university is the bigger hole, because I had a lot of grants going to community college, and I did a lot more things, like studying abroad, but for the most part, it was a waste of money. It was an absolute waste of money, and I don't feel that I should be pressuring anyone to go to college. I am an educator. I am not certified. I don't know if I want to get certified yet, and I know this is going to be public, it's going to be out there, but who cares? I want to be honest with you guys. I want to tell you guys the process. You go through 4 years of school, and then they try to tell you, all right, now you got to pay your dues to the state. On top of you being in debt, they want you to pay like for so many different tests, and forget about it if you're trying to be a special education teacher. You have to take about 7 tests. 7 state tests. That's like $100 and something a test, whether you pass it or not. And who knows if you have kids? Who knows where you're at in life? Who knows if you even medically are able to go sit down at that test? You don't know what's going on in someone's life. And for them to want you to pay your dues to each state to get certified is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. If I want to go to California, I have to go take their test. I can't just go teach there. And I could, but I have to probably do private school, or I have to do a temporary position like a sub per diem. And that's why I said I love being a sub. I love being a sub per diem because it gives you the flexibility. It gives you the option to learn a district. Right now, for a while, I think I just want to learn districts. I don't want to be a teacher at this moment in my life full time. Because of the situations in educational system, I don't know if it will ever get fixed, but I also know that I'm 26. I need to live my life. I need to also find the right district. Don't just submit to a district, because the percentage of teachers that drop out after at least 2 years, and once again, mind you, you're on probation. You quit after like 2 years, and 2 years is your probation period. You might be good, but still, it's a pretty high percentage, and the percentage of black teachers that quit is a little bit higher. It's getting higher. And you try to stick around because you want to be that black voice. You want to be there for the kids. But at the end of the day, nobody cares about you. This is what I always try to think. If you're sick in the bed, you can't even get out, you can't even open your eyes, you end up in the hospital, whatever you want to say, let's put the situation out there, right? Call your job, tell them that you can't come in. You think they feel sad for you? You think they care? No. You can pass away at any moment, and your job is not going to feel sad for you. They're going to say, all right, next. Who's next in line? Because we need to replace them. We need to make our money. And that's a problem. That's a huge problem. So that's why right now with the job market and the way I understand capitalism, the way I understand American society, and the way I understand my peace and the debt that I'm in, if something's not worth it, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'll try things. I will try them. But once I get in it and I see, oh, you're not the facade that you put up still, you're not the same person that hired me, I'm out. I'm out the door. And you should be too. Like, everyone thinks, like, oh, you go to college, and that was pushed on us. That was pushed on our generation so much to go to college. And I've always wanted to go just because I wanted to go. I really just enjoyed learning. But it became, once I got to a 4-year school, it was not about learning anymore. It was about all these let me not say rich professors. Let me say all these professors that have their job, that don't want you to take it. They don't want you to take their job. And then it became about all these rich students that their parents said they have to go do something and get out of the house. They didn't really want to do anything or change anything about society, and especially in, let's say, the art market as well. It's snobby. It's snobby as fuck, and no one really cares about each other. So I would always be used as the black girl example because I could talk about things that mattered in society. I could talk about things that were cultural. I could talk about things that were very uncomfortable for white people to talk about in art, but that was it. And the college has not contacted me back for anything. They haven't asked, and obviously so, because these videos I'll be making exposing them, they're not that great. But what I'm saying is that would be great for them. Having somebody that's real, do you understand? Like, they don't get it. Having somebody that's real in your corner will benefit you. It will, but people cannot fathom hearing the truth. They can't. They can't fathom hearing the truth. And it will benefit somebody maneuvering their way through, let's say, example, New Paltz University. Maybe somebody stays there for a year. They take all the classes that campus offered for what they want to do, and then they skedaddle. And that's what I want to say too. You're going to college and you want to have a backup plan. Say if I want to be a nurse or something like that, which I'm not saying, but I'm just saying say if that was an option. Look at the classes. Do they have bio? Do they have chem? Do they have look at those classes and see if they're transferable. Look into all that. Look into the credits. Look into what they mean. Compare them to different schools and use them. Use them. Literally go to that campus and then say, all right, in a year, y'all don't know, but I'm going to be out of here. Y'all think I'm staying? I'm going to be out. The school is cheaper. It got less. I'm going to finish up my degree over there. So that's what I'm saying. Like, a degree is pointless. I should also say that at this point in society, it is pointless. It is just a passport to get you into the job interview. That is it. A certification is pointless as well. People have been telling me, where's your certification? Where's this? Where's that? And I don't want to do it because more so, I don't have the money. And then two, why am I giving the state anything after I am in so much debt for something that I don't even have my dream job yet? I make less than what, 20K a year. Like, this is ridiculous. 40K would still be worse, but it's better. You know what I mean? It's better. And I don't make that. I would have to have probably 2 or 3 jobs to make that. And the society, this recession that's about to happen and is happening is awful. Literally, the cost of everything is going up, which means crime is going to go up, which means the jails are going to get fuller. It's just ridiculous. Like, I'm literally so close to just leaving. Like, I just want to leave this country at this point. And I'm thankful for a lot of things in the U.S., but at the same time, I need to eat. I need to eat. I have an apartment. I share with my best friend, and we are still late on rent. And it's not our fault, but it's because we need to eat. We need our transportation. We need our feet. We need shoes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it is ridiculous. And I know people are like, oh, well, don't do these activities more. We don't club. We don't party. We don't drink. We don't smoke. We have a right. If we want to have a spa day, go to the spa. If we want to go hiking, go hiking. Go drive up to that trail. Go pay your little $10 fee or get a library pass. And, you know, you'll get, like, free stuff in New York if you know that. The map pass and culture pass. But still, I deserve those things in life. So what I'm trying to say is that the economy really sucks. Finding a job sucks. Like I said, I am a substitute teacher, but that is per diem. I definitely want to venture off into a different career path. I love travel. I love devoting myself to travel. And I've been applying. And that's another thing. Like, I've applied to, like, let's say the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City. And they keep denying every application I have. And I have 3 art degrees. I have 3. My resume looks fine, so I don't want to hear that. I have 3 art degrees. I've traveled the world and have gone to art institutions in different countries. There's no reason. If anything, yes, I'm overqualified, but at the same time, they just don't want to hire people because they do not have the funds to pay you the right price that they should be paying. And once you get a master's, forget about it. Because if they don't pay you the right price, they can get sued. So it's like overqualifications, overqualifying yourself, and you don't even know. No one talks about that. So I want to go back to school, but I'm not doing it yet because I really want to get closer to areas that have more job security, such as cities. I'm working towards that. I'm working towards moving to a city. And yeah, it's going to be a lot. It's not going to be the cute little rural suburban lifestyle. But guess what? There's going to be more jobs. And I don't care what it is. I don't even care if it's retail. Like, retail isn't even hiring right now. I've applied. I've called. I've done everything. I usually have 2 jobs at a time. But lately, ever since I graduated, I've understood that time and trauma, it ain't worth it. Time is something I can't get back. So I'm taking these 2 months, or this month is literally almost over and I'll be working soon again. But it's like I'm taking this time to make these videos and to think about these things and to let you guys know. And I really want to target high school students right now. Like, please wait. Go to community college. Go get a trade. I don't care if it's sewing. I don't care if it's plumbing. I don't care if it's electrician. I don't care if it's even nursing. And y'all know how I feel about the minority to nurse route. Once everything's hit the fan, go to nursing and deal with bullshit. Some people nursing is made for, and they're great. But most people are just doing it for the money, if you don't know. And it's like, get a trade. Start a business. Fail it. Whatever, like, you know what I mean? Like, start doing that, because college was pushed on us so much and they did nothing for us. I refuse to be that teacher that sits in a room and says you have to go to college, because guess what? You know that guidance counselor who's pressuring you to go to this school, go to 4-year, go to this. They never pressure you to go to community college. You ever notice that? Guidance counselors don't pressure you to go to community college, but they're so quick to pressure you to go to a 4-year school because they have a deal with those schools. These amount of kids that come to this school, they may get a profit. They may get a stipend. They may get their loan forgiven by this school. You know what I mean? Like, there's always something that is, sorry guys, there's always something that is being given. And now that I'm an adult, I know that. But when you're a teen and you're graduating high school, you don't know these things. You think people just want you to be successful in life. But in reality, school is a business. It's about capital. It's about money. It's not about you actually doing anything with your life. They don't give a fuck and they don't care. That's why these professors are so easy to fail you, because if they fail you, you stay here longer. And that makes the school more money. Period. It does. It really does. So really think about if you want to go to school, and I will never ever be that teacher that sits in front of your face and pressures you to go to school. I want you to do something with your life, but going to get a college education, and coming from somebody with 3 degrees, please believe me, I'm being honest with you. Do something first. Don't go straight into school. Do something else. Even if you work at McDonald's, I don't care. Like I always say, I don't care. Do something else first. Find yourself. Because your degree ends up being who you are, and you feel like that is who you are, and also your job ends up being who you are. And I've had interviews, I've had everything. It's been like 8 months or so, and I have not, the only job I've gotten is substitute teaching, and that's the job that yes, I'm okay with, and yes, I want to venture out into different areas, but it's like, hey, I've been applying to other jobs so that I can sub on the side, and they're not taking it. I'm not really qualified. And I can't even venture into sales. Even though I have sales history, I don't have that on my resume. I don't feel like making a whole new resume for it. Why should I? I've done it all. Like, I'm tired. Call me. I'll call you. I call you. You don't want to speak? Fine. Another thing y'all should know, nobody is hiring right now. Unemployment is rising. And that's what I'm debating on. I should have applied for it. I've applied for it before and they denied me. But, like, this system is so messed up. They want you to steal food. They want you to steal clothes. They want you to go to jail. They want to put black people in positions of poverty. And that is why I take it very serious when I talk about birth control, when I talk about kids. You think they care about us to succeed? No. It's about to get really ugly and get really nasty out here. People are going to start doing fucked up shit. And I'm not saying stealing is fucked up, because honestly, these companies make more than enough money to provide for losses. But what I will say is that no one should even have to think about that. No one should have to. You guys see the memes everywhere like it's funny. I'm like, no, legitimately right now, unemployment is rising because these companies cannot afford anything. But yet the price is rising of their goods, but the wages are going down, which makes no sense. And obviously we know that's the recession happening, but I don't really have hope for the future. I feel like I'm not going to get the dream job I want. I feel like I'm not going to be able to venture off into other things other than education. And there's plenty of jobs out there, just nobody's hiring. Nobody can afford anyone. Especially as a black female, nobody wants me to be the face. So I have to deal with that as well, and it's not fun. So this is just a post-grad video again, being honest with you, and I'll talk about my experience with a job that I recently did for like a second, and it was not great. Bye, you guys.